I build my portfolio on a strong foundation of ETFs, like VOO, for example. But in addition to that, I do invest into individual stocks and even crypto. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my top five performing investments when it comes to my growth portfolio. And this is in my taxable account that I'm doing over on Webull that I can tap into whenever I'm ready, not after that 59 and a half age, but I definitely do prioritize investing for retirement. I'm Lisa J. Stocks. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So before I get into my top five stocks and the bonus, let's take a look at how the indices have been performing. The NASDAQ hit a record close 2 days in a row, up 1% on Friday. This is being driven by big tech stocks like Nvidia, Apple, Meta that are pushing the market higher and higher. There's also optimism building around the potential of Fed rate cuts, easing of those tariff fears, and strong corporate earnings. So, in addition to the Nasdaq, the S&P 500 rose 0.8% and the Dow also pushed higher. The month of August started off rough, but we've ended this first full week seeing the market pumping. The S&P 500 just shy of its all-time high. Again, ending the week at 6,389. Now let's get into those top performing individual stocks in my portfolio and what's helping them to thrive. First up, we have Meta, and I'm up about 51% when it comes to this investment. On the day, it's up about 1%, but year to date, it's up 31.39%. You're going to see a common theme when it comes to the investments that I'm going to be sharing, and it's going to be AI. Just like last time around. In Q2 2025, Meta's revenue hit 47.5 billion. They've been going all in when it comes to AI, investing nearly 17 billion this last quarter into its AI infrastructure. And guess what? They are aiming for over 50 billion in Q3. So they have a very bold vision, and we will be seeing if it continues to pay off. Number four, when it comes to my top performing stocks, is Tesla, and I was up over 100% just a few months ago, but currently I'm up 52%. On the day, Tesla's up 2.3%. Year to date, it's down 18.36%. Tesla's been on a roller coaster. It is definitely one of the more volatile individual investments that I've decided to add to my portfolio. They're pushing forward with their self-driving technology, and those rollouts in Texas as well as the Bay Area. They've been expanding into energy storage. And when it comes to their earnings, they missed expectations, but they are still trying to stay on track for growth by making strides to do things like get those production costs down. They're a company that investors watch very closely. And now that Elon has gotten away from that government role and hopefully any other distractions that were in the way, he's put them behind him and he will be focusing on the company. Now on to number three, and it is Google, which I am up about 54%. Google is a powerhouse, and when it comes to earnings, Google beat when it came to revenue. They're still dominating when it comes to being a search engine as well as their digital ads. They've been applying all of this AI innovation when it comes to their AI as well as cloud services, YouTube, and more. The current stock price is 201.42. They're currently near their 52-week high. Year to date, they're only up 6.4%. And they're still dealing with the Department of Justice related to their case on being basically too dominant when it comes to being a search engine. They also have some competition from OpenAI and competitors like Meta. But when it comes to their price targets, we're seeing a high of 240 and an average of 217. So that's a potential upside of about 10%. Next up, we have Amazon, which is number two on my list, and I'm up about 59%. When it comes to Amazon, their latest earnings came in basically a home run. They've been thriving when it comes to the e-commerce, cloud services, and AWS web services. You can think of it like a rentable, powerful computer that can run websites, apps, and store data. In addition to that, their quick delivery and Prime services are keeping their customers loyal and happy. So Amazon needs to just keep on doing what they're doing. On the day, they are slightly down 0.20%. And like all of the investments that I'm sharing today, one that I'm glad that I added to my portfolio to hold for the long term. When it comes to their price targets, they're currently rated at a high of 300 and an average of 262. And as we just saw, the current stock price is 222.69. The current number one when it comes to my growth portfolio is Nvidia, a company that has reached a $4 trillion market cap. Their current stock price is 182.74. Year to date, they're up 36.07%. When it comes to Nvidia, they are the AI chip king, carrying about 92% of the share when it comes to this. And their GPUs are used to power pretty much everything. The demand for what they provide is huge, and it does not seem to be showing any signs of slowing down. They're at the center of this AI revolution, and competitors like AMD and Intel have a long way to go against this tech giant. And now my bonus stock, which is Apple. Apple's currently $229.35. Year to date, it's down 8.41%. Over the last week, up 12.15%. And I was being overly ambitious earlier this week when I could have added some to my portfolio at 202. I did not jump on that, and the price continued to push up. But it is a larger position than any of the others that I've shared so far. It was one of the first investments that I made when I started this portfolio over 5 years ago. When it comes to Apple, what's going on with them right now? The White House has announced a $100 billion US investment. And this is in addition to $500 billion that's already been announced. So a total of 600. Tim Cook, the CEO, appealed to Trump, and this has led to what we're seeing here. Apple's best week since 2020. So they're getting tariff relief from prioritizing US manufacturing. And we see their stock price thriving due to this. So as I said earlier, I do continue to invest into my ETFs for stability and diversification, but there are some individual stocks that I wanted added exposure to, and they are outperforming those ETFs that I've been building into for around the same time frame. All of the stocks that I shared have been standouts in my portfolio because of their leading when it comes to AI and innovation. But I'm glad to have that balance of the mix of investments that I have throughout my portfolios so that I feel grounded when we have those big moves, ups and downs, tariff fears, Liberation Day, threats of war, all of these different types of things that really shake up the stock market. Make sure to leave me some comments. Let me know, are you holding these investments in your portfolio? How have they done for you? Is there anything that I shared that was unexpected? I love hearing from you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for today's update. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, check out my referral links. Okay, bye.